So beautiful, most beautiful. I just wanna wait. I just wanna dwell. Everything changes. I'm captivated. I'll never be the same with just one look. Everything changes. I'm captivated. I'll never be the same. One thing I desire, only this I seek, is to dwell, dwell, dwell here forever. This will be my posture, laying at your feet, just to dwell, dwell, dwell here forever. Dearest Father, closest friend, most beautiful, most beautiful. Dearest Father, closest friend, most beautiful, most beautiful.
Welcome to the live stream, everybody. Listen, we just waiting for a couple more people to chime in. We're going to get started in a second. So if you're feeling the vibes, if you're feeling everything that's playing right now, getting yourself together on this nice Saturday afternoon, listen, I want you guys in the chat to ask me anything. Whatever it is that you're going through, whatever it is that's happening in your life right now. Let me know where you're hailing from as well, too, so we can give you a nice little shout out. So maybe you got your coffee, maybe you got your water, maybe you got your notebook. Whatever it is that you got, I'll pop up on the screen in just a second. But I want to set the vibe, I want to set the mood.
I fix my eyes on you. You're beautiful, so beautiful.
And if you feel led, go ahead and show your support to this stream.
I'm so in love with you. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. I fix my eyes on you. You're beautiful. So beautiful.
Go ahead and make sure you go ahead and drop your questions in the chat. Drop your questions in the chat. Whatever it is that you're going through, whatever it is that you are facing and everything in life right now, go ahead and drop them things in the chat right now.
So beautiful, so beautiful, so beautiful, so beautiful, so beautiful.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. If you are feeling the vibes and everything right now, if you're feeling the vibes, if your mind is settled, that everything is cool, let me know in the chat and everything right now if the vibe is good for you guys. Amen. I wanted to, I normally don't go live on the weekends, but I felt led to come on live and everything for you guys today. I wanted to kind of set the tone and everything. This dude, Joseph Solomon, is killing it right now with this cover. But I want to go ahead and give you guys a little something, some inspiration, some motivation, something for your life. I'm not sure exactly where you're hailing from. Let me know where you're hailing from. Let me know what's going on
I
in your
just
life and
wanna
everything right
dwell.
now. Whoever you are, whatever you're going through,
I just wanna
I'm here to
wait
support you. I'm here to
on you,
encourage you,
my
to
God.
give you some words of wisdom, some
I
words of
just wanna
love, peace,
dwell
joy.
in
Because I know a lot of
who
people are
you
going through many,
are.
many different things and everything right now in the
I
world
just wanna
that
wait
you kind of just
on
need
you,
something, right?
my
Something to hold on
God.
to. I mean, we've all been there.
I
We've all
just
been to
wanna
this
dwell
place where we
in
go through these
who
different things in
you
life
are.
and we don't know who to turn to. We don't know who
Just
to talk to. We don't know when is the next thing
everything
something is going to
changes.
happen. Have you ever been there? Have you
I'm
ever been to the
captivated.
point in life where you're like, what
I'll
is the
never
next
be
thing
the
that's about to
same.
happen? Why is
With
everything going on
just
in my world and
one
why can't
look,
anything good happen, right?
everything
Or
changes.
why is life just so up and down, up and
I'm
down, up and down,
captivated.
right?
I'll
We're gonna
never
talk
be the
about it.
same.
We're gonna talk about it. 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 All right. My name is Kenneth Allen Thomas. For those that are new to the channel, we have just hit a little over 410,000 subscribers. So I thank you for everyone that's been supporting the channel, supporting what we're doing, supporting everything that we got going on here. Again, we are all about faith, family, and leadership. Simple as that. Faith, family, and leadership. Amen. And I wanted to come on today to give you guys some words of wisdom, some words of peace, love, joy, and all that good stuff. I know that a lot of the audience that and people that follow us are connected for many different reasons. You guys come from all different walks of life. You come from all over the place, and I just want to say I thank you for following. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for following us on this journey. Thank you for being here with us. Because it's no easy task. It's very difficult at times, but when you're called to do something, you got to make sure that you go out and do it no matter what. You got to make sure that you do it and press forward. Amen. So I wanted to go ahead and just start off with a thank you. And start off with just showing my gratitude towards everyone that is here to support us and gain something out of this. All right. And my prayer is that you guys get some wisdom, some hope, something to hang on to take your life to the next level. My job today is add value to your life. All right. So let me know where you guys are hailing from in the comments. Let me know where you guys are hailing from in the comments, and I will go ahead and give you a nice little shout out. Today, listen, this is the Ask Me Anything uh segment of the week. We normally have the Kenneth Allen Thomas Show, which is on every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But this is the Ask Me Anything portion of our channel. And if you got questions, guys, if you got questions, go ahead and drop those questions in the chat. All right, drop those questions in the chat. I'll be answering them throughout the live stream. All right. And then if you guys feel led, if this is adding value to your life and you guys want to go ahead and show love and support the stream, go ahead and support the stream with the tip. I went ahead and I pinned a link inside the live chat. Make sure you also click out a live chat and go ahead and like this video as well too. It'll jump the algorithm up, all that good stuff. But if you felt led to go ahead and drop a donation after what you hear today and felt led to do that, go ahead and click the link right there and support this live stream. All right. With that being said, let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. Today, I'm going to be coming out of my new book, which I've been talking about a lot on this channel, which is No Dash Body is Coming to Save You How to Lead Through a Storm. Okay, how to lead through a storm. In other words, nobody's going to do the work for you. You've got to do the work. God has already given you the strength. God has already given you the wisdom. God has already given you the love. God has already given you everything that you need so that you can go ahead and get to that next level. And guys, let me know if you guys hear me loud and clear in the chat. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you guys hear me loud and clear. All right, loud and clear in the chat. Just want to make sure that we are good, sound is good, and everything is rocking and rolling. All right. So with that being said, guys, with that being said, I'm gonna start off with this, right? How many people feel that you're putting forth a lot of effort into your life, you're putting forth effort into your life, and nothing's coming from it, right? or you're doing everything that you can, but you feel like you're just not getting over the hump. You feel like you're not just you're not getting to the next level, or where you feel like the next level truly is. Right? How many people feel like that? How many people feel like, you know what? Like, what is the point of doing this if it's not going to get me to where I want to be, or get me to where I need to be, get me to that next level in my life, because I'm tired of being stuck here, right? The first thing that I would tell you guys is to truly check your circle. If you're putting forth a lot of effort into something, I would definitely tell you to check your circle. What's your support system look like? What's your who are the people that are truly supporting you? Right? Who are the people that are looking out for you and looking out for your best interests, right? Who are those people, right? Who are the people right now that you know are really there for you to help you and turn your life around and go into the next level, right? There's oftentimes we have to check our circles. When we check our circles, that'll give us a good idea on where we're at, where we're going, and where we're supposed to be. I said where we're at, where we're going, and where we are supposed to be. Okay. Too many times in life, people are just drawn to the drama. People are drawn to the pain. People are drawn to the difficult circumstances because of the people that they hang around. Okay. So I would challenge you guys to go ahead and look at your circle, look at your supporting cast, and look at those people. Who are the people that are supposed to be there in your life? All right. So that being said, I want to read out this next thing right here, guys. So I'm reading from again my book right here. Nobody's coming to save you how to lead through the storm. I want you guys to check this out. All right. Remember, we should always be patient in the process we never built. Let me say that again. We should always be patient in the process we never built. How many people are just impatient beings, right? Anybody just an impatient being? Anybody just like, you know what? Like just not patient at all in the process of getting to where you need to be, right? Kimberly, I see you, right? And oftentimes what happens is when we're impatient with things, things crumble. I said when we're impatient with things crumble. Now, being patient doesn't mean don't do anything at all. Being patient doesn't mean stay still. Being patient, right, is actually, hey, listen, I'm going to continue to work forward. I just know it's going to be a process. I'm going to say that again. I am going to continue to work forward. I just know it's going to be a process, right? The question really is are you committed to the process? I'm gonna say that again. Are you committed to the process? Because oftentimes what happens is that people put forth effort, but they're not committed. I'm gonna say that again. Listen, people put forth effort, but they're not committed, right? Right? People put forth effort, but they're not committed. Check this out right here. I stay to myself and keep my heart closed because people have constantly broke it due to them taking advantage of my good heart. It's like I try my best to be good and peaceful and love everyone. Wow. Wow. And then they go on to say, because it seems it's more negative in the world and I'm outnumbered. Man. Oh man, this is good right here. This is good. Hold on. Let me finish it off. Oh, it seems negative world, but I'm outnumbered. Listen, let me tell you something. Figueroa, let me tell you this. I wanna address that right here. Let me put this back up on the screen. Let me put this back up on the screen right here. I want to address this right here because do you know how many people feel this way? There are so many people that feel this way. And Figueroa, I don't know how old you are, but I had a conversation with my son Caleb, a couple of days ago, and sometimes he could be a little negative, right? Because he's not being optimistic, right? Enough. But in this case, you're saying, you stay to yourself and keep your heart closed because people have constantly broke it due to them taking advantage of your good heart, right? I want you to kind of look at this from a different perspective, right? I want you to look at this from a different perspective, okay? because I feel you and I've been there. I've been in that position before where you do so much for so many people and then they end up taking advantage of you. They take your kindness for a weakness, right? They take your kindness for a weakness and they think you a punk. They think something like a pushover. They think that you're somebody that they can get over on all the time. And then what happens is that you end up closing your heart out to the right people, right? You close your heart out to the right people, right? And the people that are supposed to be there in your life, the people that God has allowed you to, or allowed them to really pour into you. You close your heart off because of your past and because of the things that you have already gone through. Let me flip it a little bit here, okay? What if, just what if the people that have been breaking your heart were being used for you to practice on? Let me explain. What if you were practicing how to give, practicing how to love, practicing how to love unconditionally? Now, I'm not saying go out there and be a fool. I'm not saying to continue to get messed over and pushed over and over again by people. However, what I am saying is that you may want to leave the door open just a little bit. Why? Because you never know who is going to come into your life and pour into you because of your kind heart, because of your spirit, because of who you are, because you have a positive state of mind, right? It may look like everyone is negative. That's because we are people that were pretty much born into sin and the world is evil. So we're bound to do something, horribly wrong. We're bound to make mistakes, right? But should the next person pay for the other person's mistakes is the question. Should the next person that comes into your life, right, that has not displayed those type of characteristics, pay for those who have done you wrong, right? I give you another example, right? I give you another example. My ex-wife, right? My ex-wife. I'm married. I've been married now for 6 years. We've been together 9 years. Almost 7 years. We've been married. Me and my wife, Josie. But before her, I had another wife, right? I had a wife that I was married to at the age of 21, and which was a boneheaded mistake and things in that nature. And there were some things that I did in that relationship. There were things that she did in that relationship. Ultimately, the relationship ended on a really, really sour note on a lot of reasons. Which you guys can go. I won't go super, super deep into the story. But the thing was is that with that particular relationship, I could have held on to a grudge for what she did. And if I did not forgive her, if I did not say, hey, you know what? I'm going to move on with my life and I'm not going to hold on to what it is that happened with us and place that on my wife that I have now, the wife that I have today. I'm not going to do that. Right. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go back and place that, on my wife that I have now. That's unfair. So I left my heart open. Okay, I left my heart open. So all I'm saying is that move with discernment and move with wisdom. Okay, you don't want to close your heart out to everybody, simple for the simple fact that you never know who God is going to place in your life. Continue to practice with a good heart. Continue to practice with a positive mindset because again, you never know what is going to happen in the future. So I hope that helps you out, Figueroa. I hope that helps you out and everything. So you know that like and I understand where you're coming from, so I get it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Again, if you guys have questions, if you guys got any questions, go ahead and drop your questions and everything in the chat. Drop your questions in the chat. If I could be of any help, of any service and everything today, to support you, to encourage you, to inspire you, go ahead and drop those questions and everything in the chat box right here. All right. So again, so I'm reading again from the book here. It says, remember, we should always be patient in the process we never built. However, if we are smart along the way, we should measure how long it will take to build in order to avoid destruction. Even our efforts should be measured. I'm gonna say that again. Even our efforts should be measured. This is a quote right here from Keith Cunningham. He said, "What gets measured is what gets done." I'm gonna say it again. Somebody put that in the chat right now. What gets measured is what gets done. What gets measured is what gets done. So the question is, the question is, how do we measure, right, our success? How do we measure success? Somebody let me know in the chat. Right? I really want to know this question here. Let me know, how do you measure success? Like, what is success to you? Is success having a certain amount of money in your bank account? Is success having a certain car, a certain house? Is success serving as many people as you can in the world? What is success to you? Is success being a great family man? Is a success raising your children to the best of your ability, keeping them out of harm's way? What is success to you? So a lot of people have different you know uh views on success and what that is. Now, there's no shade here in any type of way. You know what I'm saying? No judgment here. I mean, no judgment here at all. No judgment here at all. Figueroa, you are truly welcome. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you taking the time to listen and breaking that down. You're 100% right. I will try my best not to take out my cold heartedness on the loved ones. Amen. Let's go. Let's go. Truly welcome. Truly welcome. Right. So what is success? Like, to me, success really, how many people am I serving today? Right. Success to me is what just happened with Figueroa right here. That's success to me. If I was able to help someone look at something from a different perspective, they're going through something clearly, and I'm able to supply words of wisdom, that's success to me. That's success to me. I don't view success as in, the amount of money, the amount of followers, the amount of subscribers or whatever, right? To me, success is, am I walking right with God, right? When I mess up, do I repent, right? Do I repent for my mistakes? Because I'm a flawed man, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not flawless. I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination in that sense. I'm being made perfect, but I'm not perfect yet, right? I'm gonna say that again. I'm being made perfect. I'm not gonna be perfect until I see the Lord, period. That's just a fact for me, right? Am I being a great husband to my wife? Am I being a great father to my children? Right? Am I being a great advocate to the Down syndrome community? Am I being a great advocate for the childhood cancer community? Am I doing that? Am I coming on here giving, the inspiration that someone needs every single day, because somebody out there is going through it, no matter what your bank account looks like, right? No matter what that looks like. It doesn't matter what tax bracket you're in or anything like that at all. Doesn't matter if you're married, unmarried, whatever. Single mom, single dad, teenager, young adult. My views on success are very, very simple, right? If I'm able to help you in any way, and therefore you see results in what it is that God has given me to give to you, that's success, right? That's how I measure, success. So let me know in the comments, guys. How do you, man? Maybe you guys are watching this back and everything. Let me know how you guys measure success. Check this out, though, right? So, but in all of that, we must make sure that God is in the measuring process. Ooh, this is good right here. We must make sure that God is in the measuring process. See, what happens is that we oftentimes can leave God out. We get an idea, we know where the idea came from, but then we don't include God in it. I'm gonna say that again. We get an idea, we know where the idea came from, right? But then we don't put God in it. Why is that? Because we get excited. We get excited. We get excited about an idea that we have. We get excited about, hey, you know what? Like, wow, like I'm going to do this. I'm going to go to the next level, and this is going to change everything for my life, and this, that, and the third. And we don't put God in the mix, right? It's like, yo, I'm gonna hand you this ball right here, and then you take the ball, but you'll never pass it back. You'll never pass it back. So the question becomes, are you willing to go ahead and pass the ball back? Are you willing to pass the ball back? Are you willing to share the rock before we start shooting? Are you willing to practice a little bit and get a system in place before we go out there and actually, do something that could be detrimental to us? Because if you do it with God, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. When you do it with God, it's different. When you do it with God, it's different, right? But you got to do it with Him, right? You can't necessarily, even if you partner with other people, right? That doesn't mean that that relationship was God ordained necessarily, right? Depending on the situation, it doesn't necessarily mean that that was God. Like, oh yeah, God said it. Did He really? And sometimes we get like that as well too. So I want to charge you guys up. Listen, when we are in the measuring process of measuring our success, make sure that God is in the process with you. Okay. Smith Wigglesworth said this, right? He said, I never pray more than 30 minutes in a day, and I never go another 30 minutes without praying again. Say that again. I never go 30 minutes in a day. I never go over 30 minutes in a day by praying, but I never go another 30 minutes without praying again. It doesn't mean that he's on his knees, every 25 minutes, every 30 minutes, or anything like that. What he's saying is that I'm taking God with me throughout the entire day. I'm taking God with me throughout the entire day, right? And here's what I tell a lot of my clients. You know what I'm saying? Listen, you got to take him with you throughout the entire day, right? Even leaders need a leader. I'm going to say that again. Even leaders need a leader. Okay. How are we supposed to lead a group of people if we don't know necessarily exactly where we're going? If we didn't confine in the person that, truly called us to that particular destination. And oftentimes what happens is we sit here and we allow things that, to just go on our own. And then we wonder why we're stressed out. We wonder why we are going through it. We wonder why we're looking at our life and saying like, dang, yo, when is it going to change? When is it going to change? Right? How many people feel like that? How many people feel like, yo, when is it ever going to change? Right? So I want to read you this really quick. Listen, check this out. But in all of that, we must make sure that God is in the measuring process, no matter what anyone else thinks. We must resist rushing ahead. Although things may seem rough, and you may be in the wilderness for what seems like a long time, the reality is many of us are in a transformation process. This is the part of the meat we need to grow, but it requires both faith and works to go together. Just because you don't see the results doesn't mean it is not near. That woo, man, that joint hit me. I said just because you don't see the results doesn't mean it is not there. That just requires faith that God may be asking you of, right? Putting your faith over your feelings. I said, putting your faith over your feelings. When we have been putting in much work to reach a certain goal, we can forget very quickly what God saved us from. The poor, listen, y'all better get this book. Y'all better get this book. Listen. When we have been putting in much work to reach a certain goal, we can forget very quickly what God saved us from. The poor decisions we made previously in our lives, we tend to forget we are facing another storm. The meteorologist will always tell when the storm is coming and will make a prediction of when it will stop on that day. Now, listen, here's what I'm saying to y'all, right? We can't continue to put your faith over your feelings. Amen. You can't put your faith over your feelings. Oftentimes, we allow our feelings to get in the way of the process. We allow our feelings to get in the way of where we're supposed to go. We allow our feelings to get in the way. So what are you so Kenny, what are you saying? What are you saying? What I'm saying is you got to remove yourself to improve yourself. I'm going to say that again. Sometimes you got to remove yourself to improve yourself. There is no way that you're going to be able to get to the next level of your life, right? If you continue to stay stuck in your own way. If you stay stuck in your own path, if you have no faith in what it is that you saw, because oftentimes people lose faith in what they see because it get rough. They lose faith because it get heavy. They lose faith because it's like, you know what? I don't know about this. I don't know about this no more. No, that's your flesh talking. That's your flesh talking. The reason why you stressed out, The reason why you like all these different things are happening, right, is because there's a lack of awareness somewhere. There's a lack of awareness somewhere, right? Now, listen, things are going to happen. People are going to be people, but you got to understand on how to be aware of what it is that you allow to make you stressed, what you allow to make you live in some form of duress or anything in that type of nature. What you allow. See, oftentimes, some of y'all sitting here, y'all looking in the mirror, and you see exactly who it is that God called you to be. But the fact is that as soon as you leave that mirror, you forgot what you saw. I say that again. Listen, you in the mirror and you're looking at what God created you to be. And then as soon as you leave that mirror, you forget what you saw. And a lot of y'all are probably taking on what the world, says about you. What you feel the world probably called you to be. It ain't about the world. It's about what God called you to be at the end of the day. It's not about this girl down the street. It's not about that boy across the street. It's not about the people at your job. It's not about the people in the community or anything like that. What this is about is what you see in the mirror. You got to start questioning that. What exactly do I see in the mirror? Who am I? Am I acting in a state of being? Am I acting in a state of being? As a matter of fact, I want to share something with you guys. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. I'm gonna pull this up for y'all real quick. See if I can share my screen. Give me a second. I want to see. Here we go. All right, here we go. Let's get this up here. All right, boom. Okay. So are you acting in a state of being? Listen, in our natural state of being, we come from love and trust, right? We live in the present moment. We know that we are complete and lacking nothing, right? We are open and available for a powerful connected experience of our lives, others, and life, right? I'm sorry, ourselves, others, and life. When we are not being, right? So when you're not acting in a state of being, we are coming from fear and protection. Now, how many people feel like that? How many people in the comments and everything are coming from fear and protection? You're trying to protect yourself. Figueroa was on here earlier and everything that he was operating out of fear because of what was happening, right? We are often living in our story about the past or our concerns about the future, right? In the present moment, our full experience of joy, power, and connection is blocked, right? So when we are not being, we're hooked and we're triggered and we're scared, right? When you're not acting in a state of being, how many people get triggered? You guys get triggered, right? Somebody say something slick to you and you automatically triggered. You're saying, you know what? No, I'm not with that. I'm not with that. I don't know about that. I'm not with that at all. I don't like the feeling of it. I don't like the feeling of it. Right? But here's some things I laid out some examples for you guys, okay? I laid out some examples for you guys to get back to being. Okay? Let's get back. I might do a whole session just on this. Get back to being. Check this out. Check this out. When we are not being, we're hooked, triggered, scared. There are many ways to get back to being. Here are some examples. Number 1, go for a walk, right? Simple things. Go for a walk, right? Number 2, talk with a coach. Hit your boy up. Hit your boy up. Email me and we're gonna get it cracking. All right. Email me. We'll get a session going and talk to a coach. Talk to someone who can support you in getting your fear distinguished. All right. And you're self-empowered. All right. Check this out. Take a self-care break, right? Take a self-care break. Well, what does that mean? Right now, right here, I got nap, I got a cup of tea, stuff like that. Listen, you could do whatever it is that you want that you think that is a self-care break. Whatever that is, I recommend sometimes taking a special 5 and just going outside and just looking at the world and looking at the things or whatever that we pass every single day, but we don't look at like, wow, this is amazing. I get to experience that. I get to experience the rain. I get to experience the snow. I get to experience like, wow, this cement was created. Like, wow, the thought that someone created cement, the thought that someone created, these things, it came about. I love the fact of that. And I say, you know what? I have a different level of appreciation for life. Do you meditate? Do you pray? Right? You focus on your breath, right? On your breathing, right? So these are some things, these are some examples. You guys can kind of like rewind it, and go back to it, whenever to check it out again. If one of those will help you, let me know in the comments and everything below, guys. You know what I'm saying? Let me know if we're doing good. If we're doing good, everybody put a one in the comments. If we're doing good, put a one in the comments and wrap it up and everything in just a second. Just a second here. I'm gonna wrap it up soon. But I just wanted to make sure that we are doing good. All right. So listen. Check this out. I'm gonna go back to let me go here. Let me go here. What if the storm you are facing for some time now is being used to prune you for everlasting success? I'm gonna say that again. What if the storm you are facing for some time now is being used to prune you for everlasting success? Mm, mm. We don't know what everlasting looks like, but we get upset and we get frustrated. Sometimes we don't feel God near us, and we feel he doesn't care, or we feel he doesn't hear our cry for help, even though we are putting in the effort, right? How many people remember the Karate Kid, right? How many people remember the Karate Kid? If you remember the Karate Kid, there was a scene in there where the Karate Kid kept doing the wax on, wax off thing. He kept waxing the car. Mr. Miyagi kept having him wax the car, and all he wanted to do was go ahead and do karate. He said, "Listen, you told me that you were going to teach me karate, but you got me out here waxing your car. You got me out here sanding your floor. You got me out here painting your fence. You got me out here doing all these chores, but you told me that you were going to teach me karate. What is the deal?" And at some point, Daniel actually got upset at Mr. Miyagi, and he said, "You know what? I'm done. I'm finished. I'm out because you're not showing me karate. You probably don't even know karate." Mm. And we do this with God all the time. God, I'm out here busting my butt, doing everything that you telling me to do. I'm doing it. I'm doing it all right now. But what is the problem? What is the deal? How come I haven't seen what it is that I'm asking for? How come I haven't seen the miracle? How come I haven't seen, the blessing? How come I haven't seen it yet? You know what? Forget this. I'm done. Forget this. I'm out. That's how we feel. That's how we feel because we get tired. We get impatient with the process. Now, what happens with Daniel here is that once he leaves, Mr. Miyagi says, "Aye," right? He says, "Daniel, come back here, right? Come back." He says, "Show me, wax on, wax off." He said, "What are you talking about? Show me wax on, wax off." So he shows them. He shows them, and then he says, "Show me sand the floor." And he shows them. And he says, "Paint the fence." And he shows them. And at this moment right here, he said, "Listen." He goes up. He says, "Gotta be strong, right? Not weak. Gotta be strong." And at this moment, Mr. Miyagi strikes and shows him. And he says, "Wax on, wax off." And he strikes and he blocks. And he strikes and he blocks. And he strikes and he blocks. Meanwhile, this entire time, when we're thinking that we're just waxing a car, when we're thinking that we're just sanding the floor, when we're thinking that we are just painting a fence, now God is showing us how to defend ourselves against the enemy. Woo! Listen, showing us how to defend ourselves against the enemy. He's showing us how to go to that next level. He's been showing him how to capture the blessing. But see, the difference is that he was doing it with us the entire time. The second that we say no, forget it. The second that we say no, I give up. The second that we say, you know what, I'm done. That's when things change. The second that you give yourself up, the second that you say, you know what, I'm going to listen. The second that you say, you know what, let me just try this. Let's go to the next level. That's when things change. That's when you start to see the results. That's when you start to see the things that you've been praying for. That's when you start to see the things that you've been asking for all this time because you've been putting in the work and he's been showing you tool after tool, and how to use them correctly. It's not just going to pop up out the sky, but it takes time, it takes effort, and it takes commitment. It takes effort and commitment, because effort alone just ain't going to cut it. Effort alone just ain't going to cut it. But effort plus commitment equals success. I hope this was good for you guys. Listen, let me know in the comments, y'all, if this was a good stream and everything for you all. Thank you all for coming on. Listen, I had a great time with you all today. And again, if you guys felt led, you know what I'm saying, if this added any type of value to your life, go ahead and support this stream, support the stream. Go ahead and put $1, $3, $5, whatever it is to support the stream, as we are we're working to upgrade, y'all. We're working to upgrade. We're always working to upgrade to give you guys a much better visual experience, to go ahead and take things to the next level here on the Kenneth Allen Thomas channel. So I thank you all so much for coming on live, with me, hanging out with me on this Saturday afternoon. I may be jumping back on later tonight. All right. So I hope to see you all there. All right. With that being said, listen, make sure, like I always say, yesterday is gone. Tomorrow will worry about itself. And today is all you got. And if today is all you got, you make sure you impact today the best way you know how. All right. I love you all. I thank you all. I appreciate you all. When we change the mind, y'all, we change the game. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.
We living out the good life, yeah. I ain't gotta worry about a thing. Oh no. Had some obstacles I overcame. Oh yeah. You don't have to ever be the same. Oh Lord. Cause when we change the mind, we change the game.